So I think it's great to see all this confusion that's going to help us to spend some time to fix the website. But I already see some of the very good feedback come. But to make you guys less confused, I'll probably spend some time to talk through what this field frame is, and then get into the right direction on how to test it out. Okay. Since the team is trying to push this field frame for the builders, for hackers at East Global Bangkok to use, so we spend most of the time on the GitHub because that's most of the builders we're actually starting with. And so this README on the field frame explains what is it. So basically, it will help you to bring up the structure, including your smart contract, all the dependencies you need to use, interact with smart contract, as well as the basic front end. So you can put your like project logic in there. And so basically, there's two ways you can start starting with a field frame. The first way is, all the dependencies I'm going to skip. So one comment from the website is, you assume people has Yum and Hothead installed. Yeah, that's correct. So if you have all those dependencies installed, there's two ways you can start with field frame. The first is very common way that most builders would like to do. Just clone this project and start building from the code. Or they can just fork and then build. And in order to do that, they just need to change some of those environment, which come with parameters. For example, the wallet key you want to use to deploy contract, and then your API key you want to use interact with the storage on Filecoin. And the second option is you can create from the command line. So most UI project, like Node or Next.js or Vue, they just can start the project from the UI. So the one that on the website is also not up to date. The correct one should be this, npx create Filecoin app. And that will kick off the process for creating the file structure. And then there are a couple questions it will guide you through the process. For example, what's the name of your project, which storage option you want to use. There is option as Lighthouse, Storacha, Archive, and a on-chain solution, which is default, which we are trying to promote people to build, for example, DataDAO, and which will use the on-chain storage flow behind the scene. And then you can try to experience of, is it fun using Lighthouse or is it fun using Storage or Archive? It's just based on your preference. And there's a couple of the integrations that you need to do, but like you can try and have the project set up, bringing it up, and then follow the instruction of wiring the front end and back end together, and they'll be able to try them out. So,
great, Longfei. Philippa has added the GitHub page to the Miro board, so you can do the same annotation. And if people want to try, if somebody wants to try the npx route and somebody wants to try the git clone route, then that would be great. This, by the way, is something that also happens quite often when we're doing these dog fooding exercises, that like the flow, where we thought we were going to be needs, we need to change direction mid-flow, and that's also completely fine. Where everything is learning.
Just give you guys some hints of choosing a storage. There are a couple options that I can mention earlier. First, the most challenging one is if you want to build a completely on-chain programmable storage solution, you should go with the default option, which is using the contract to process all the storage deals. And Lighthouse, Storacha, and Archive are a set of tools built on top of Filecoin to help project easily onboard data on Filecoin. So Lighthouse will be super fun to use and super easy, have the integration of encryption and like storing data of access control. And so if you want to experience how to create a fast application, I would recommend use Lighthouse as an option. And then Storacha and Archive are still building and a lot of progress happening. And we would definitely love you guys to try it out, give us some feedback on, is this process easy from Storacha or from Archive, and how can we improve? So if you want to challenge or if you want to see how Storacha and Archive work, and then you can try that out as well.
Now you tell me that Lighthouse is the easy one.
Yeah, like if you want to, I would love you to try the other one.
In 45 minutes with 20 people, what we actually captured was, 30, 40 bits of feedback, if not more, on Post-it notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 25 screenshots of issues that people had. It's actually like an incredibly, I think, I mean, I'm showing off, this is my process, I love it, a very, very efficient way of gathering a very large amount of feedback. The other thing with the Miro board, and Miro didn't exist when I was doing user testing 10 years ago, is that you can do this over Zoom. You can do it remotely. You can do it async. You can do it with people however you want, and you can still capture this kind of the same quality of data and feedback back into Teams. We will share the templates that we use for this. They're actually, not actually particularly complicated. You could build your own in 2 minutes. You could do the process your own, but we strongly encourage you to do that. The next step that we normally do is Philippa, usually Philippa, always Philippa, will collate the information that we've gathered, summarize it, try and validate bits and pieces of it, and create a sort of ranked list of the things that we think are the most important to address, some of the ones that come up again and again and again, and come up with a list of recommendations for things that you can fix. The stuff where we got into command line difficulties, those kinds of things, that hopefully will be useful feedback for the Phil B team. All right, so then next up, Sriracha is the hot new thing in our ecosystem, and it has both a web interface to uploading data, and it has a command line interface. So play with whichever one you feel most comfortable, whatever your environment is. And yes, the objective here is to upload some data, and I think also retrieve that data. The user experience team is available for teams, small, large, everyone. We don't charge. We love dog fooding. We love giving feedback, and we love helping people. And you can reach us at uxit@phil.org, or we are all on Filecoin Slack and in the usual places. So that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you for participating.